5, 4.
Hello, and welcome to Phineas and Ferb. I almost said Phineas and Ferb right again, because I'm more used to playing a different game. So my name is Tiltoons. I am a speedrunner of all Phineas and Ferb games for the DS. My specialty is Phineas and Ferb right again, and today I will be commentating this run by... Would you introduce yourself?
Hello, really long fun. My name is waz00, and I'm showing you Phineas and Ferb any percent inbounds, so it means any percent glitchless. And yeah, it's the first Phineas and Ferb DS game, and yeah, so yeah, let's go with the new game file. And yeah, I was to say. Okay, wait. Okay, so it's better. So it's to go in 3, 2, 1, and go.
So this game, right? It's kind of difficult to put into words what exactly this game is. The best way to put it, it's a 3D platforming game, but honestly, it's a mix of a bunch of genres. There's also like a DDR clone in here and a Pac-Man clone and a bunch of other games. But the gist of it is, this basically follows the structure of any episode of Phineas and Ferb, where, you know, every single day they try and build with some crazy invention, like the most ridiculous thing you could ever think of. They just build it in like a couple of hours. But, you know, in the show, they just like do it. There's always like a little bit of a time warp. You know, they decide what to do, and then a minute later they will have done it. Now, this game kind of takes place like in between like them coming up with what they want to do and them actually doing it. So it turns out that in order to build all of these crazy gadgets, we actually have to go to town and find a bunch of project pieces. But, you know, luckily, there's these like random toolboxes that somebody left behind that have all of the pieces that we need. So that's what we're going to do. We're just going to explore the neighborhood, we're going to pick up a bunch of toolboxes, and they'll have everything that we need to make a roller coaster. But also, we unfortunately have to get a ton of scraps from these kind of like trash piles. And what's really fun about this game is that because it's on DS, you pretty much control everything with the touchscreen, which is just fantastic. So it's kind of like tricky to play this game, especially if you want to play it fast, because you control your characters with the buttons and the D-pad, but then you always have to swap to your stylus to do all of these minigames on the touchscreen. And we're gonna come across a lot of these repair minigames where we have to do like some random gimmick on the touchscreen. Like it can be like any kind of like minigame where we trace something or where we tap things. And what's also really fun about this game is that there's always a tutorial for everything, so you have to do every minigame twice. It is random which one you get, so like ideally you want to get the same minigame over and over again, so you don't have to do the tutorial. But yeah, that is unskippable. There is a time limit, but like this game is for toddlers, so it is pretty easy. Well, never mind, we might have to do this one again. But that's okay, because we have a very lenient estimate. I think the estimate is like roughly 4 hours ever since waz00 has submitted this run. The run has gotten a little bit quicker, but you know, we should be looking at like 3 to 4 hours. It's okay, we can make mistakes. Typically the main mistake that you will be seeing is that we're gonna miss some scraps. There are a lot of these random scrap piles hidden in the area, and we're gonna need a lot of scraps, and you have to remember where everything is, and it's kind of easy to forget things, but it's okay. So right now the game just kind of holds your hands, and like it throws a bunch of dialogue at you, which is like really fun about this game. There's a lot of tutorials, a lot of text boxes that are unskippable. The game asks you to open the menu a lot of times and just look at the interface. And you do need whatever. I didn't even read that. But yeah, there's a lot of text boxes at the start of this game, and the game just kind of explains everything, like implying the people who play this can read, which might not be the case. Sometimes you also have to use the touchscreen to interact with your environments. So like Ferb can carry Phineas on his back, and that is necessary for like movement, especially if you want to climb a ladder, if you want to like get to higher ledges. But I promise we'll be done with the text boxes pretty soon. So like one mechanic that especially breaks this game if you don't do glitches is the fact that we have 2 characters. And the way this game works is that you control the characters kind of independently of each other, and the game like actually saves the position of each character. So what you can do is you can have Ferb in one place, then go to another area with Phineas, and then you can switch characters, and that way you can kind of teleport to the other area, which is something that they changed in Ride Again, the sequel to this game, which is the game that I'm more used to. So in that game, your character just spawns in when you swap. So another mechanic in this game is like the drill that you can use to like teleport the AI character to where you are. So like you can, like if you are in a random area, you can just tap the button to get the other character back. And now we've triggered the most fun mechanic, which is Candace. So in case you've ever watched the show, you know that our sister Candace likes to bust us to our mom. So we gotta escape her, because in this game, she collects a lot of information on us, and then once she knows enough, she'll try and bust us. So we'll be brought to this kind of minigame. And this is basically a pac and you have to collect all of the screws. And another thing you can do is you can like create these Jeremy standees to distract her, and you can also hide in the bushes. And this is like not very difficult at all. I think if you fail it, you get an easier version of it, and you can fail it like 2 times or something. If you fail the easiest one, then you will be brought back to the backyard. So that's like the biggest time loss that could happen, but it's not going to happen, hopefully. And there's also a bunch of mechanics to kind of distract Candace during normal gameplay. So what you can do is you can collect a bunch of items that can make you go invisible, or that can like, make her meter deplete a little bit. So now you'll see at the top screen we'll have this little bar, and it's gonna go up. Basically, if we do anything, if we jump, if we interact with objects, if we take damage especially. So that's kind of annoying. That's like one of the biggest differences between glitchless and any percent. In any percent, it is actually possible to skip Candace altogether, although you have to trigger her to beat the game. But you know, in any percent runs, that's the last thing that you do. You actually collect every single item in the game, and then you trigger Candace, and then you finish the tutorial, and then you beat the game. But this run is gonna complete the game the way it was intended. So you can see right there that was we collected these like invisibility items that we can equip. And the game also teaches us about that. So we can go to our backpack. This is the blueprints for the course that we want to build, but we can equip a bunch of items. You can only equip 2 items at once, which is really irritating. But yeah, these are the showcase and the invisibility items are items that you can use to distract Candace, which like at this point like is useless, but the game forces us to do it, which is really fun. So yeah, there we go. We need 2 more pieces to build our prototype, because the game doesn't even trust us at all. So before we can even clear the first world, we gotta build the tutorial coaster. And there's really not a lot of variety to the things that we build in this game. So like if you watch the show, they'll do like anything you could possibly imagine. But in this game, basically everything that we make is just some form of a roller coaster. And like typically the game loop is that we collect everything, and then we go back to the backyard, we build our invention, which we do by doing little jigsaw puzzles for some reason. And then we ride the invention. And what you gotta do is on the roller coaster, you gotta collect a bunch of stars. And what's really fun is that on most tracks, you can't even get enough stars in one go, so you have to do them multiple times. So any percent is really fun because the run is like 1.5 hours or so. But basically the first hour of it is just platforming gameplay, and then at the end you just do these minigames for like half an hour, and it's really boring. So I guess that makes Inbound a little fun, that these kind of auto-scrollers are more spread out throughout the entire run. So right now we just gotta do this little jigsaw puzzle, or actually the jigsaw puzzle is coming up. So here we're building our machine. So this is how you build a roller coaster vehicle, or whatever, roller coaster car, whatever you would call it, by assembling this little Triforce, or whatever. That's our roller coaster car done. Well, not quite. We gotta do a couple of these. And then we gotta build the course itself. And then, typically, the way the show works is that our pet platypus Perry is actually a secret agent. And he goes on to fight this guy called Dr. Doofenshmirtz, who's building evil Innatus. And then typically Detonator will make our invention vanish every single time. This game doesn't really follow that logic. Our inventions are just gonna stay here for a couple of days, and then at the end of the game, we're gonna beat Dr. Doofenshmirtz as Perry, and then all of our inventions are gonna vanish at once. But this game takes place over 4 days, and all of our inventions will stay until then, which like defies all logic of the series. But you know, that's just how it is. We're just gonna assemble Ferb's face here, and that's how you build a roller coaster. And also we gotta do I think this is actually not random, but I can't remember the order of the characters. Is this even a character? This does not look like a character. Well, there you go. This is an actual piece of roller coaster track, so there you go. We are making a roller coaster. Okay, this is pretty simple because this is just the tutorial coaster. We're actually gonna go back to the same area we just went to. But this is what the inventions look like. And this is actually kind of bugged as well. Sometimes you can just like wrong warp on this because the game is really well made. But yeah, like about the development of this game was made by a Japanese company called Altron that made a bunch of licensed games on the DS, like for every single movie and TV show you can imagine. You can also tell that this game was made in Japan, or like was not made by English speakers, because it was translated into English afterwards, but the translation is not very good, and there's a lot of issues with the localization. There's also like character names that are just wrong, and like grammar that doesn't really make sense. But yeah, that's just the way the game is. It's a pretty cheap cash grab game. I mean, the reason I had it was because like I was a big fan of Phineas and Ferb growing up, so my parents just got me the game. In fact, this was actually one of the first games I've ever played. So I grew up with the DS, but when I was a kid, I wasn't really interested in video games. So I pretty much only played Professor Layton games, but then I had a bunch of like random like licensed games that my parents got me, and this was one of them. And that's like pretty much the only reason why I run this game and the other Phineas and Ferb games, just because I had them back then, and I've got nostalgia for them. But I really enjoyed this game as a kid, and like when you look on YouTube, there's like a couple of long players, and if you look at the comments, there seems to be like hundreds of people who played this game as a kid and who vividly remember it. It's not that good of a game, but like apparently like some people like it, some people remember it quite well, like quite highly, whatever. Yeah, we can also upgrade the vehicle, which is I think this might be required, I don't know. You can also color it later, which is definitely optional. Oh yeah, like you don't even have to do a minigame to upgrade it. And it's not gonna get better with all these text boxes. We're gonna get a lot of text boxes. Okay, we just gotta do it again because the game's great. We have to get 8 stars, we only got 6 last time. I think there's only one course in the entire game that you can clear in one go, but I don't remember which one it was. I could theoretically look at the any percent route document, which I've got some, you know, who cares, we just stay for the ride. It's supposed to be a long speed run. So you can also like kind of go fast by pressing the R button, but that doesn't really do anything. But yeah, there are alternative routes to the course. The game also tells you about it. Again, nice work, very well done. I guess I'm watching with a little bit of a delay. I don't know how much it is, maybe like 5 seconds, I don't know. But yeah, we can also go into space. Wow, space travel. And this is where the DDR clone comes in. This also doesn't really make sense with... Oh, never mind. Okay. That has to wait until later. I mean, it doesn't make sense in general because we go into outer space, but that's also what they do on the show. But we will break the logic a little later on when we go into space. I even got 12 stars out of 8. You can get 20 even, so that if you want to fully complete the game, that's what you gotta do. You can also beat the clock, wow. But yeah, now it's actually time to start the run. I can't see the timer.
Minus
yeah,
7 seconds.
Yeah, we can finally start playing the game now.
Yeah.
So we gotta go back to World 1. The toolbox is actually color-coded, but I think, if I remember correctly, the tutorial and World 1 toolboxes have the same color. So here's a fun difference between this game and Ride Again, which is actually pretty significant. The way Ride Again works is there's like a global counter for the toolboxes, and they're all the same. And like the toolboxes that you get always count towards the world that you are in. So you can just go out of bounds and go to the other worlds early and get the toolboxes from that, but it does absolutely nothing. Because it doesn't count towards worlds 2 or 3, it always counts towards world 1. So that's how you can easily softlock yourself if you get just like one toolbox too many. So you always just gotta finish a world and then move on to the next one. But like theoretically it doesn't matter which ones you get. But in this game, you can actually get all of the toolboxes for every world before you even do the tutorial. So that's what any percent does, is you actually go into all of the worlds using out of bounds strats, just collect everything and then you do all of the minigames. But yeah, as I said, this is inbounds, in other words glitchless, so we're beating the game as intended. You can also skip a lot of these repairs. That's like probably the biggest time loss in inbounds, that you just gotta do all of these minigames. And there's a lot of these, and there's like not too much of a variety. In the third game, Phineas and Ferb Across the Second Dimension, there's actually only 3 mini games, and they are really long as well. And you have to do a lot of them, and it just gets super old super quickly. But like what you can do in this game is basically if you stack them, what you can do is you can run into a corner if you have a right angle. And then you can unstack them, and then if you move at the correct time, you can push Phineas through the wall. And then you can switch characters, and then you'll be out of bounds controlling Phineas. But that's actually really difficult. Like, it's much more difficult than you might think. Because the timing is actually like very tight. And for some reason the timing is different in every single corner. So it's like not something that you can just get used to, because every single clip is different. And sometimes in an any percent run, like some clip might just take you like 2 minutes or so. Like if you look at the record, that's like one massive time loss, where the runner just like desperately tried to go through a wall and just couldn't do it for like 2 or 3 minutes, and it's really painful. But yeah, also the actions are only tied to specific characters. So Phineas is the only one who can actually search these scrap piles, while Ferb is the guy who has to repair everything. Which is like kind of the way it is in the show. Like Phineas is the guy who comes up with everything, and then Ferb is the guy who actually builds it. So that way they are like trying to apply the like character roles to the game. Can we trace Ferb's head? We can. Congratulations, very well done. These are repairs that are like basically impossible to skip. And there's a lot of them coming up. And you also have to get these scraps to actually do these repairs. So not only do you have to get the scraps that you need for your vehicle, you also have to get a lot of additional scraps just to do these repairs, and there's a lot of repairs. So that makes routing of this game really interesting. There is a new glitch, and with new, I mean it's been known for like 2 years at this point, that's gonna change any percent completely. Because now we can just go out of bounds in the backyard, which wasn't possible before. So basically the order in which we do the worlds can be brand new, and we don't have to backtrack a lot anymore. Because like with the current route, you have to backtrack through World 1 like 5 times. And that's no longer a thing. But yeah, like the reason why I've been kind of scared to work on the route is just because there are so many scraps. And there's like a bunch of like additional ones and optional ones, so it's like really difficult to like first of all get an idea of where all of the scraps are, and then like decide which ones are like optimal to get and which ones you can ignore. So that's the reason why the development of this game has kind of come to a halt currently, but we're trying to get back on track soon. So there might actually be some like new Phineas and Ferb development soon, but no promises. Because unfortunately this game doesn't have too many players. There are a couple of players who are interested in it, or who played the game as a kid and liked it. But like the reason why no one plays it is because of the touchscreen shenanigans. So like I run Ride Again, which is the sequel to this game. And like that game, like you would think it's super similar, like gameplay wise, but it's actually not. Because like mechanically, they've made so many changes to that. Like one of them being that it's super streamlined and like everything is mapped to a button. And also there's a dedicated wall clip button, which makes it really nice. But yeah, right now we're climbing this building. Like we've escaped suburbia. Now we're getting to downtown Danville. Can't forget about these toolboxes. They are hidden. I think we have an item. We might not have it yet because I wasn't paying attention to the top screen. But there is an item that actually shows you the location of the toolboxes on the top screen. And it should also show you the scrap piles, but I might be thinking of the wrong game. There, we gotta get the weight devices. So yeah, like, it's kind of difficult to get the toolboxes in this game because the game does help you find them. It is kind of difficult to remember all of the scraps. So we're gonna try and get everything. There's gonna be a lot of searching, there's gonna be a lot of climbing ladders and stacking characters and unstacking them. Do you actually use the stylus or do you use your fingers when you climb a ladder?
I use my stylus.
Oh wow, like the way I play this game, I think what I used to do is I used to use just my 2 thumbs, like to climb ladders. Like I don't have a capture card for my 3DS, so it's kind of really annoying for me to do that. And I would always cover like half of my screen. Which is another reason why I really don't like running the game. Because it's like the way I play this game and like all of the DS games that I run is I actually point my iPad at my screen. So like I have my iPad in front of me on my desk and then my 3DS is behind that. And so that makes access to the touchscreen a little difficult.
Yeah, that's fine.
Yeah, I think you should have most things. We've also got the invisibility cake in case Candace becomes annoying. That's Buford, we don't need to talk to Buford. Also, like, the things that we use to repair these things, like, doesn't really make a lot of sense, but that's just the way it is. Just use random item to repair random item. Now the game does keep track of the scraps that you have and the ones that you need, but it doesn't tell you where to find them. So that's not so great for us. But yeah, we gotta get a lot of scraps. I think Rusty Gone is mainly used to repair things. There's gonna be a platform coming up that we need to go up. There it is. Oh, it's coming up. Well, you might already see it, because there's a delay in here. Or maybe it's already been repaired. I think actually waz00 repaired it earlier and I was not paying attention. There's a lot of repairs, alright? It's easy to get lost. Also, I'm beginning to be a little bit more quiet because I'm returning to actually eating my soup. Like, I was still having dinner by the time we started. And then I was like, okay, I gotta commentate now, I can't even eat my soup. So now I'm trying to manage both things at the same time. But that's okay, because we've got all the time in the world. Okay, this is the platform that I was thinking of. Never mind. I might have just hit my microphone. I don't know if that was a loud sound. If there was a loud sound, that was that. And I'm sorry for that. But maybe that was nothing. Oh yeah, you also can stack to like hit quick like that. So that's another use. Like you have to stack and unstack quite a lot, unfortunately, because your movement speed is really slow when you stack. So like ideally you would just stack and move on, but unfortunately like that's just really slow. Also sometimes like it's really difficult to input the correct motion on the touchscreen. Like it is a little more finicky than it should be. So if I remember correctly, we're gonna get one of our first items soon-ish. We might want to use the cake. Oh yeah, that's a golden scrap part there. So like, the golden scrap parts are gonna be necessary to beat the game. So like, whenever you see one of these, you have to get it pretty much. And Ken is at 97, that's not ideal. 98. Also, I think if you run, yeah, there she is. Yeah. Like if you walk instead of running, the meter is gonna increase much more slowly, but it's still gonna increase. So we gotta do this again. So in Radigan, you can actually just fail it, and like there's no consequences. But in this game, you do go back to the backyard, so you have to win it. Unfortunately. But yeah, like they're making sure no one ever goes back to the backyard. I mean, I'm sure that's like a 4-year-old who's played this game who failed it. No judging. Yeah, so now we're using the propeller that we just got from the golden scrap pile. So like golden scrap piles don't necessarily mean that you need them for your roller coaster. You might also just need them to progress. So like either way, they are important. Now we gotta go up and get another scrap pile. No, never mind. Okay, I don't know the game like. I don't know everything. All right, I know it well enough. Kind of freaking out there for a bit. So like the last time I actually ran this game was, I think it's like close to 2 years ago. So sorry if I misremember something. I also just remember to save my Duolingo streak, so I'm also going to do that on the side. So we're coming up to one of the most interesting areas in the game, actually, at least if you run any percent. So there's this thing in the game, alright? Which is that not every toolbox that you get in a world is actually in the world that you need it in. There are a couple of loading zones that take you to a wooded area in another world. And what they want you to do is just go through the loading zone, get the item, go back. But because we have glitch magic, you can actually just go through the wall and then get to other worlds early. And that's how you break the game. But, you know, we're not going to do that. We are not clipping through any walls. Because otherwise this run wouldn't be accepted at really, really longathon. So we gotta do it this way. Alright, my duo streak has been saved. That's great. There's nothing I need to worry about today besides this. And dinner. I'm still not done with my dinner. Also, another thing that I just remembered is I should probably actually look at the chat. I need to open the actual stream. Yeah, like this section is really stupid because you have to like repair like 3 or 4 of these platforms back to back. Yeah, and like to get these items to destroy Candace, you actually have to blow into your microphone. So that's what that sound just was. So that's pretty huge actually, we want to use that. Okay, I need to figure out how to look at the game and the chat at the same time. I think I just figured it out. Okay, here we go. I'm hoping nothing's gonna buffer or anything. Oh, and the interesting part of the world, 1-4. Here's a fun fact about any percent. You have to backtrack through world 1 like 5 times just to go back here. Because this part of the world actually contains a connection to world 2. And to world 4, I'm pretty sure, but what do I know? Yeah, the radar is the item that lets us see the toolboxes. This area is also like kind of confusing because it is very elevated, and like looking at the minimap is kind of difficult to tell where you gotta go. Gotta repair the switch. Like that's one of my least favorite toolboxes in the game because the clip to skip that repair is so annoying. Like this is one of those games that like a toddler could play because it's made for a toddler. But like, you can make it hard if you want to make it hard. Like it's actually stupid. Anyway, I'm not gonna like continue talking about the category that is not shown on stream right now. I'll probably still talk about it every once in a while. I'm trying to think what episode this is mainly based on. Like the first thing that I could think of was Toy to the World, but that's definitely not true. Toy to the World definitely has a big factory, but yeah, that's not this one. Like this game mainly takes inspiration from the first season of the show. I actually gotta try to point out the references to the show because I've kind of forgotten about that. But yeah, there are a lot of references to season 1 of Phineas and Ferb. Like generally what we're trying to do right now is based on episode 1, Roller Coaster. They definitely do not go to a factory like this in that episode. That's a really cool strat here that you do in any percent where like you go to a higher part of the area and then you clip through a wall, you go down there to get the toolbox, and then you just switch characters to go back up here. Which is really neat. So that's like one of the uses of having 2 characters. You can kind of like fast travel that way. Which is something I wish that Ride Again had, but it's also like kind of confusing. Like it's really difficult to go back and forth between the 2 games because they are like mechanically they are very different. But like if you don't play either game, or like even if you play those games casually, if you looked at a screenshot of either game, you probably couldn't tell which game is which. Because like the sequel was only made in like a year or so, probably less than a year. Oh, there's a little workshop here. Yeah, so we can actually upgrade our items whenever we come upon these like workshops. Also, we can save the game if we talk to Perry. So like right now, Perry is definitely not fighting Dr. Dubenschmerz because he's just like chilling out to let us save the game if we want to. Also, Ken is having a little bit of a meltdown right now. Yeah, you also need the scraps to upgrade your items, and you actually have to get all of these upgrades, so that's also really cool. In Ride Again, this is also streamlined, where it is actually like determined where you have to upgrade what, and it only costs 10 screws. But in this game, you can kind of upgrade your items whenever, and you need a bunch of items to do that. So what's really cool about the sequel is the fact that you really only need the toolboxes, but like this game is much more for collective fun. Ooh, that's not great. Actually, I don't. Maybe that might have been intended. I don't know. I'm not the biggest expert on glitchless. Well, I mean, I guess we just climb the ladder, go back up. Oh, actually, remember when I said this might be based on Toy to the World? We could actually just see the Perry the Platypus in action figure there. So yeah, that's what this episode is based, what this part of the game is based on. Toy to the World, when they build the Perry the Platypus in action figure. Made by Hardy Haha Toys. I gotta remember to actually eat my soup. Like, I keep bringing this up, I gotta eat my soup. Now we're gonna defuse a bomb. That's what it looks like, at least. Great, now you're ready for the real deal. The real thing. Mind, I'm sorry. Not ideal for colorblind people. They could have done this better. Uncovering the design flaws of Phineas and Ferb for the DS, released in 2009. Developed by Altron. So that's actually a really fun category that I want to do in the future, that I haven't done yet because I'm really scared of it, which is something that no one's ever done. The category is called the Altron Trifecta, which is a speedrun of all of the Phineas and Ferb games developed by Altron back to back. And it is estimated to take like 5 hours maybe. So that would be a great game to do with this marathon. Now we're gonna use the key to repair the door. This is what using a key looks like. Yeah, and this takes us back to 1-3. Pretty crazy. It makes it seem like the game is not that linear, but it's still very linear. Candace alert! 91%! You might want to use the cake. Last time I was trying to remind waz00 of using the cake, but I just didn't. And we had to do the minigame. But we gotta do everything that we possibly can to make the run as long as possible. Also, if you go back to the backyard, the Candace meter gets reset to 0. And like, what waz00 just did that was, at the end of the world, there's a platform that always takes you back to the beginning. So that's like a really nice way to go back to the start. Although you can always just pause the game and go back to the backyard anyway. So it's kind of useless, but there you go. So you actually have to go back to the start and then backtrack again because you couldn't like get everything with the tools that you had, which is really fun. And that's also a common theme in like the rest of the game. You kind of have to like go through every world like twice at least. There's going to be a lot of items that we're going to get later that are going to help us. There will be the gloves that we need to move certain items. We're going to get a vacuum. We're gonna get shoes that make us run really fast, and shoes that let us jump really high, which actually makes this so much easier. Like, all of these sections where we have to stack to climb a ledge, they're gonna become like so much easier. Or like, they're gonna be quicker just because you can just jump over them. Just kind of obsoletes the mechanic. But yeah, right now we have to go back. Like, backtracking gets a lot quicker once you've actually done all of the repairs. So at least that's something. Now, the amount of things that you need also increases with every world. So right now we only need 8 toolboxes, next world we're gonna need 10, I'm pretty sure, and then it always increases by 2, unless this game is different from Red again. I don't know, but we got everything. And now we can go back to this little circus tent that's here for some reason. And build the Damsel Demon, is what this roller coaster is called. I'm actually not sure if I remember the names of all of the roller coasters. Like, I think the next one is Winter Slalom, something like that. And then there's like the Mud Mayhem, I think, and Watercraft Ride. I'm pretty sure that's the names. In which case, like, it's crazy that I can remember that. You know, sometimes, like, I'll do things like twice in a row because I can't remember if I've just done them. I can remember the names of stupid minigames in Phineas and Ferb for the DS, even though I haven't played the game in like 2 years almost. But yeah, we gotta assemble Ferb again to build a vehicle. You know, normal stuff. This is like just, honestly, just engineering 101. Like, everybody knows this is the first thing you learn when you go to engineering school or whatever. Course complete, wow. The head devil car makes it sound a lot more interesting than it is. Are you smart enough to assemble this machine? Yeah, this is why we had to get all of these things just to do these 3D block puzzles. Oh, can we solve it? That's... okay. There we go. I don't remember how many times we actually have to do this roller coaster. It's like at least twice, but it could be 3 times. I could look at the guide, because somebody has taken the time to write down all of the optimal routes for this, for some reason. But it's honestly valuable knowledge. Gonna go with the blue car. Okay, chat, pick a color for the next car that we're gonna build. But yeah, this course actually has a couple of references to the show, or like to the episode where they build a roller coaster. So here's a fun fact about the show. There are actually 2 episodes where they build a roller coaster. The first one being episode 1, Roller Coaster. And then there's another episode in season 2 called Roller Coaster the Musical. Now, I'm pretty sure it's episode 100, but I could be making that up. It might be episode 101 or something. So here's a fun trivia about Phineas and Ferb. So the show was first created in the 90s. And then Dan Povenmire and Jeff Swampy Marsh were trying to pitch it to a bunch of networks for like many, many years. But no network would pick it up because they all thought it would be too difficult to make. Because, you know, like, television animation is kind of limited and you're on a budget, so there's only so much you can do. And it would seem that creating all of these like set pieces and all these like crazy inventions and everything would just be too much work, so nobody ever made the show. And then like they worked at, like, I think Dan Povenmire worked at Family Guy, Jeff Marsh, I think he worked at SpongeBob, I could be wrong. But then one day Disney actually picked it up And like Roller Coaster was the first episode that they wrote, like very early on, which is what they were trying to pitch everywhere. And if you watch the episode and then the rest of the show, you can actually tell that this episode was written a long time before the rest of the show because it is significantly different. Like the biggest difference is probably Phineas' personality. Like originally he was this like cynical brat, like who was being super passive aggressive all the time. And they actually toned it down for the episode, so he's still like being really annoying for some reason. And another big difference is that in episode 1 there's no song. So that's actually a staple of the show. Every episode has at least one song. A lot of episodes have multiple songs. So then at some point they were like, you know what, we gotta remake the first episode to like make it in the style of the rest of the show. So they made Roller Coaster the musical. Yeah, you can basically watch the same thing twice. But the beauty of the show is that basically every episode is exactly the same. Like this is probably the most formulaic show of all time. Every episode has the same plot. And the same structure, same gags every time. Yeah, we still love it. It's like honestly that's what makes it great. Like the show is very like to those who've never watched the show, it is a kids show, but like it is honestly great. Like I would recommend watching it no matter how old you are. Like in fact, like the writers have said that they write the show for adults and then like kind of like disguise it as a show for kids. And there are a lot of like adult jokes in the show that just like really well hidden, and you have to look for them. And like the show is just really meta. There's like a lot of fourth wall breaks and like cross references to other episodes. And like jokes about the formula of the show where they will like randomly change it and then get confused. It's great. I can only recommend it. This game is not so great, but you know, it's a fun time. This game's cool when you're like 8 years old and you love Phineas and Ferb. Like when I first played this game, I was like, alright, now I'm playing a real game made for real gamers. I'm done playing all of these puzzle games. All you do is think. Nah, I just gotta play the video game. Also, we just got the shoes. Yeah, the show is a lot of fun. Also, what's like cool about the show is that, like, when you think of winter, which is also known as Wama, which is winter and summer. So we're building a big like snowboard course, which is in reality just another like roller coaster. Gameplay wise, it is going to be exactly the same as what we've already seen. It's just going to look different. This world also has the most original music. Normally every sub-level has a different track, but the music in this world is the same in every sub-level, it's just sped up. The higher you ascend on the mountain, the faster the music will get. I think Swinter is like one of the most iconic episodes of the show. Like this is one that everybody's gonna remember. Like definitely because it was one of the first episodes. Like, everybody knows winter. And here's what we gotta know, okay? We gotta get chat involved, because, like, there's not too much to talk about in this game. Alright, so what's your favorite episode of chat, Phineas Ferb, everybody? What's your favorite episode of chat? Yeah. My favorite episode of chat is when everybody says what their favorite episode of Phineas Ferb is. And also tune back in later, we're gonna talk about our favorite songs. There's so much to talk about. Also, we can just walk through this freezing water. Like, we don't care about that. Yeah, now we got the gloves. These we need to bring to Belgique, I'm pretty sure, or it might be Buford. It was one of the two. I think it was about... No. I don't... Like, this is something that I should remember. It was one of the two. I still haven't finished my soup, by the way. We gotta upgrade our items, but it looks like we haven't got the scraps yet. I couldn't tell you where the scraps are. Like, this is the part of the game that I don't remember. Where is everything? There is a Google spreadsheet for that, but yeah. I'm not reading all of that. Yeah, so like in these kind of minigames, I kind of talked about this earlier, but the strat is you actually want to get caught at the start, because it gives you a significantly easier version of the minigame. Like, it's honestly not really worth it to do the first one. And unfortunately, you can try again, which is just wonderful. Yeah, this is a very, very difficult course. And there you go. That's how you win. Okay, this is also really difficult if you don't, like, if you're unable to count to 4. Like, I'm not sure if every person who's ever played this game can count to 4. So this might have been tricky for some people. Satellite dish? I don't know what we're gonna need that for. Time to go into the cave. Also, there are like signs everywhere that show you which item you have to use, which makes a lot of sense. Not sure who placed them there, but I'm sure they're helpful, like for those who can figure out how to jump higher. They also show you like which upgrades you need. Because we can upgrade our shoes later to jump even higher. Like honestly, I think like it's cool that you can jump high, but it's actually kind of irritating because you go so high, and the way the camera works, you can't really see where you're going. Because the camera in this game is fixed, which is common in DS games like this. But there's like nothing you can do about the camera, and like the level design is linear enough to the point where it doesn't matter. Like it is definitely designed for the DS, but the jumping definitely makes it a little irritating. But I mean, it's not the hardest game of all time, so it's fine. Can we spin the stick? Yeah, the stylus in a circle? We can. That's really hard if you don't have a stylus. Like, I would highly recommend playing this game with the stylus with your finger, that's really hard. We gotta do another repair coming up, we love repairs. You know, we have shoes that allow us to jump super high, but we can't jump this high. We have to practice the minigame. And then do it. Would you look at that, wow. Yeah, cutting this log in half is like essential to creating a floating platform. And you gotta wait for it to go up, it's so fun, and you gotta do it again. This game is awesome, by the way. Also, we're never gonna run out of these tutorials because with every single world you unlock more minigames, so there's always gonna be new minigames that we have to first learn before we can actually do them. But yeah, like there must have been a meeting where they were like, how can we make this game longer? It's not long enough. What if we just add more platforms that you have to repair? I'm sure everybody will love that. Roller skates? Okay, now we're gaming. Now we can actually game. Yeah, the roller skates let us walk really fast, or like run fast, I guess. Not fast enough, the run still has to be like 3 hours long. There's another repair coming up. Like, if I remember one thing about this game, is this gauntlet of repairs. Gotta do another one. There's gonna be more gauntlets of repairs coming up. Insane tracing, by the way. Honestly, the tracing in these games is not easy. We're gonna upgrade both the shoes. There's like 3 upgrades for every single item. Or it might be, no, there are 3 forms and then 2 upgrades for each one, if I am not mistaken. Yeah, the upgrades minigames are always these kind of block puzzles. But the repairs are the ones that are random. Gotta swap characters to open the toolbox, which is something only Phineas can do. For some reason. We all know that Ferb doesn't talk much. I guess there are also other things that he doesn't really do, like opening toolboxes. Or searching piles of junk. Oh, another pile of junk. Let's see what we get. It's golden junk, which means it's probably better than the other junk. That's just small keys. That's not what small keys look like. I was like, springs? I mean, springs are an item that you get. I think even golden springs are an item, but okay, I guess that's a key. 224444. That's not quite right. 22 whatever. Okay, so like when do you learn how to count to 4? Is that like first grade, second grade? how many preschoolers have played this game? Like, imagine being a parent of like a 5-year-old kid and you give them the games that they shut up and don't bother you, and then they're like, you know, can you please read me the dialogue in this game? Like, I don't know what the game wants me to do. Can't read this. Anyway, another repair coming up. We gotta get across. And after a wild ride, finally get to this part. Good thing we got some key, otherwise we have to go back. Which is a pretty common theme in this game if you're not prepared. I actually don't know how many repairs there are, but it's a lot of them. So has anyone seen Perry? He was hiding them. So now we're back in World 1-4. One of like multiple connections to World 1. This is what lets you break the game. If you were to break the game, we are not going to break the game today. We're just gonna play it and enjoy it. You know, sometimes it's just nice to play the intended mechanic. You know, a bunch of people were working really hard on this, so you gotta respect their work. Anyway, we got the course piece and I go back. And now we wait till we get to the other side. We might already be at the other side, I don't know, there's a delay. Also, I just realized we only need 8 toolboxes in this world as well. I thought it was 10. Wow, that's a lot of snow. It sure is a big mountain. Let's go check out the peak. Yeah, that's what I would always say whenever I see a big mountain. That mountain sure is big. Also, like, we're trying to, like, create winter and summer, but it's already been made. I don't know who made this for us, but it's already here. So I don't know what we're trying to achieve right now. I guess creating winter and summer was the easy part. Now we just gotta, like, actually build our snowball course. So yeah, there are a couple of logical errors in this game, but I wouldn't think too hard about it, you know? I think every time I run this is why I lose time, because with the setup that I need to record the game, like, doing the spinning with the stylus is actually really hard, because I can't really access my touchscreen. I think I've said that before. There's also a really silly clip you could do here, where you like fall through the floor. And that's where the record wastes like 3 minutes, or 2 minutes maybe. It's where my TV wastes like 5 minutes, but let's not talk about that. I don't actually remember how much time I lost on. Also, I think that was at the very peak of the mountain. It's just that like a lot of areas in this game look kind of similar. But yeah, this area is also really fun, because if you fall down, you fall all the way down. So there are many opportunities here to make the run like really, really long, which is the whole point of this. fun run to watch with the commentary. Getting over it with Phineas. Yeah, like honestly, for real, this was the original getting over it type game. Yeah, like honestly, I'm just here to give you some company. You know, we're just doing some exploring, some repairing, some jigsaw puzzles, some spinning the stylus. I was actually surprised you could jump over the fence there, because like this game tends to have a lot of like really obnoxious invisible walls. And typically you cannot jump over fences like that, so I'm actually amazed that you can jump over that one. And it's a left. That's not good. That's what you get for all the jumping. There you go. Menuing, woo! What's really funny, that might also be a mechanic in this game, I'm not so sure. But like in the second game, if you skip Candace there and you use the items, you're gonna see her use the items on the top screen, but she's actually not going to be there. So that'll be like a cake that'll get eaten by like the air or something, I don't know. It's just gonna vanish into nothing. What's also great about this game is that Candace doesn't make the game lag. If you play the second game, it's gonna run like super terribly, especially on an original DS. Like even on 3DS, the game is gonna lag super badly. But this game, like with Candace on the top screen, still runs well, and this is on DS, not 3DS. Or like it is being played on a DS. Hey, where's Perry? There he is. Yeah, I don't know. I think level 3 might actually be like 100%, or maybe that's level 4, I don't know. Now that's something that I could not tell you. Isn't it great how you can't just like put a keyhole to open a door? You have to do a minigame. Like trace a platypus to open the door. Oh yeah, that makes so much sense. Yeah, like the thing with like licensed games like this is like I'm honestly curious if there are other games like it. I haven't really played any Outrun games that are not Phineas and Ferb games. I know that licensed games like to have silly minigames, but like is there any other game that works like this? It's a platforming game, except it's really not. We count to 4, we can. I've watched some Ratatouille gameplay the other day, and that definitely had some silly minigames in between. Yeah, that will be a kind of minigame. Yeah, it's mainly a collectathon. It just has like stupid minigames that repeat all the time. At least this game has variety in its minigames. They were really running out of ideas later on in Across the Second Dimension. Like, Across the Second Dimension is the most creative games out of all of them by far, but it just doesn't have any minigames. It has 3 of them. And they all take like a minute. Fun game. But like, that game is the one that's the closest to actually being a platforming game. There are only 2 games that work like this one, which is this one and Phineas for Red again. There's actually a crazy amount of Phineas and Ferb games, like you wouldn't believe how many games there are. There's also Phineas and Ferb Across the Second Dimension for Wii and PlayStation 3 and PSP, which is actually completely different from Across the Second Dimension for DS, although both games have the same box art and the same logo. The reason you get a lot is because the minigames get a lot easier. So like the first one is just kind of obnoxious to complete, and then like the second or third one are easier to do. So like it's more optimal to get busted that way. Or maybe it isn't, I don't know, it's definitely easier. Yeah, but then also there's a million Flash games on the internet. There's also Day of Doofenshmirtz for PS Vita, I believe, which is the only game that came out after the show got cancelled, I'm pretty sure. But yeah, there's like dozens of Flash games, and we keep finding new ones. And there's also like strange educational games. There's a game called Phineas and Ferb New Inventions, which is an educational game that only got released in Russian, Czech, and Polish, I'm pretty sure, are the only language option. There's an S after that. There's also another game called Phineas and Ferb, which is also an educational game. And I think both games have a category on Twitch. So that's why the game is called Phineas and Ferb 2009, not to be confused with the educational game that came afterwards. Both categories are called Phineas and Ferb on Twitch. What's really funny is that I think up until very recently, Sonic the Hedgehog 2006 did not have its own category. So you always had to stream under Sonic the Hedgehog 1991. But I mean, at least both Phineas and Ferb games have a category. So that's priorities. Yeah, now I can actually like jump up these platforms, at least some of them. If we were to backtrack through World 1, we wouldn't have to do the stacking there anymore. I also have no idea how many more scraps we need. I couldn't tell you. The good thing is that the game tells you when you're done. Ooh, getting over it with Phineas and Ferb. There we are.
Oh man, sorry.
I think that's what we call Denglish. We love a bit of Denglish in our speedruns, which is when you combine German and English.
Oh man, is English?
I mean, Och was kind of German.
Ah, okay, yeah, that's okay.
You were also, like, earlier, when we were doing the setup, you were using the filler word also quite a lot, which, like, that's not exactly English. Here we go, toolbox get. That's all the cool pieces, but there's still like a couple of scraps that we need. We've already got a motor, but you can't ever have enough of them. Oh, another repair. We love repairs. I remember there was like one toolbox at the start of World, and not a toolbox, but like a scrap pile at the start of World 2 that's really easy to miss that you need to beat the game.
Oh, I see. Okay.
Yeah, there's like a scrap pile on one of these rooftops. Like, I remember missing that one when I ran this game. That thing kind of looks like a platypus. Is that intentional? Maybe? In which case, genius game design. Yeah, if I remember correctly, there's like a golden scrap pop up on the left. But I could be wrong. Yeah, the sheet metal. I remember that. Like I vividly remember staring at a spreadsheet that told me that I needed sheet metal, but I just couldn't find it. I spent ages looking for the sheet metal. But there it is. Winter Slalom. So far I was correct on the names of the roller coasters. It's gonna be Isabella. In her winter outfit as well, topical. Gonna calculate the score, but I think that is 100%. Looks like it. Let's shift canvas. All of the characters in this game are based on geometrical shapes, so you can always tell based on the silhouette, which is pretty good character design. And there we go. Our course is done, and we just gotta make the vehicle. But luckily that's not too difficult, it's still like kinda tedious. Can we assemble the... there we go, very nice. Gotta do like, I don't know how many more. It's gonna be more and more with every single iteration of this. But we should be halfway done with the game. Like, after this. More or less. Like, the rest of the worlds are gonna be much longer. There'll be more things you need. More things you need to build. And then there's a very exciting boss fight at the end. Like, truly one of the greatest boss fights of all time. Like, most memorable final bosses ever. I think nobody picked a color when I said pick a color, which was like half an hour ago, 40 minutes ago, I don't know. I'm losing all sense of time. I'm just looking at Phineas and Ferb for the DS. And this is my life now. Yo, soup buddies? I was also getting soup. I was having soup. I'm done with my soup finally. It's a little late, but... Well, we went with blue either way. Good job, keeping blue. But yeah, like, it's weird that this is on the top screen for some reason, when everything else is on the bottom screen. Or maybe we just swapped it? I don't... I'm confused myself right now. Yeah, this is one actually, you know what? I'm gonna look at my spreadsheet, and then I can tell you how many times you gotta do which one, if I can even find the document. Find the right again, dog. I gotta look at this code to find it. Yeah, I found it. Candace Sprout. Candace Sprout, that's the one. This one you can do in 1. And then the next one you do in 2, and Watercraft Run you have to do in 3 goes, which is just great. That's the way the game is. But yeah, if you miss a start, well, gotta do it again. So now we're going into outer space. You know, I guess that's why building the snowball was a little bit more difficult. So like, normally, you know, Phineas and Ferb can't see Perry as a secret agent, like they are not allowed to know about his secret identity, but he's just there, he's just hanging out. Gotta play some, like, BDR now, I guess, more or less. I don't really know what this does, but, you know, Doofenshmirtz Blimp is also there in outer space, like, why not? I guess Perry is fighting him when he's not showing out, just to let us save the game. Yeah, looks like we're gonna have to do this one again. That's fantastic, that's the way the game is. Star. Only one star get? I think the turbo does like actually nothing. Like it looks like you're going fast, but you're not really going fast. Like I actually think it does absolutely nothing. There you go. Sub 40, like crazy time. Okay, now we're in World 3. So this world is based on the episode. It's a mud world where Candace is trying to get her driver's license, but unfortunately she's too afraid of parallel parking. So then Phineas and Ferb decide to give her a monster truck, which makes perfect sense, I guess, to build more confidence. I don't know, but that's the plot of the episode. And then she takes part in this monster truck driving race, whatever, and there's a song about it. Meanwhile, Doofenshmirtz is building a monster truck vanish-inator, or whatever it's called. So I wonder what happens to all the monster trucks. Disappearinator? What is it called? Googling this. phineasandferb.fandom.com. This website contains so much useful information. You wouldn't believe this. What is it called? I'm not reading all of this. There's too much information for my brain to be able to process. Is it the monster truck away-inator? Yeah, I think it's the monster truck away-inator. He also has a monster truck locate-inator. Two of which work hand in hand. Yeah, if you want to build a monster truck away-inator, you also gotta have a monster truck locate-inator. You have to know where they are. Yeah, so the vacuum lets us collect items through a wall for some reason. Well, I guess that's not a solid wall. There's already a lot of monster truck driving going on. I guess that, yeah, like you can see there's somebody in the monster truck trying to parallel park between two trash cans, which is something you also see in the episode. So this is a very faithful recreation of that episode. Yeah, even the pros have a problem with that. Yeah, true. What was the name of the guy? I should reopen the website. Like the guy who says like it doesn't have to make sense. I got a monster truck. I forgot his name, but he was like the best monster truck driver in town. The show's great. What was his name? Okay, I'm gonna look this up. I need to know this. Can't believe I don't already know this. Oh, Buck Buckerson. Yeah, of course. How could I forget? Buck Buckerson, the monster truck driver. Yeah, just gotta buck up. Oh, that's the floating baby head. You always gotta have a floating baby head. This is one of the few unsolved mysteries of the show. Nobody knows where the floating baby head comes from. But it's always there somewhere. I guess it's not really floating this time around. But normally it's floating. Cancel that.
Ah, no items. So it's fine.
Yeah. It happens.
Yeah.
I guess you could go back to the backyard, but I mean, honestly, it might be a strat actually in this case. Probably. Yeah, honestly, I would maybe backtrack. Well, I guess it doesn't matter. We're all about that really long game life here. Yeah, I think we're gonna try and reset this one and get an easier one. Unless we want to prove how good we are at collecting screws and running away from Candace. But nah, we're just gonna choose the easier version of the same game. Now we gotta get 12. Can we get 12 screws? I don't know if we can. I mean, there has to be like this kid out there who doesn't know that you can look at the top screen. And for them, it's like impossible to get all the screws. Ooh, this might be rough. No, we just got outrun him. This is so stupid. Why is this in the game? Oh yeah, there you go. I wish I could just run away from people by collecting a bunch of screws, and then once I have enough, they'll just like lose all sight of me. Oh, we're defusing a bomb again.
Many bombs.
I think Candace already thinks that we have a screw loose. Probably more than just one. Oh yeah, this is the remote control that Ferb uses to control the monster truck. That's not even true. That he uses that to control like the NASCAR car. That is it the team like the song is Team Phineas. I don't remember the name of the episode. It might just be Team Phineas. But they also partake in a NASCAR race or something like that in another episode. And because Phineas is too young to have his driver's license, Ferb is remote controlling the car using that remote you just saw. I'm gonna look up the name of that episode. It's driving me crazy. It's called The Fast and the Phineas. Well, there you go. It's a shame I can't name every single episode of Phineas and Ferb. It's something like that I would expect to be able to do. Using a bomb again. Sure. Someone's gotta do it. Working on the bomb. I look away for 1 second and I'm like, is this still the same bomb or is this another bomb? I don't know. But we've already got a quarter of all of the toolboxes. We went from 8 to 12. So, like, in case you gotta, like, one day name all of the differences between this game and Phineas and Ferb Ride Again. In Ride Again, the amount of toolboxes that you need always increases by 2. In this game, it's the same for Worlds 1 and 2, and then it increases by 4. Like, that's a huge difference, actually. Like, I'm never quite sure if having the high jump shoes is optimal, because, like, obviously it's great to clear all of these high ledges, but then it also slows you down quite a lot. Like, you get so much airtime that's just super unnecessary, but then on the other hand, equipping and unequipping it all the time is really slow. So you just gotta live with them, which is one of the many quirks of this game. No, unfortunately you can't walk into them. Like, it looks like you could, but this game has a lot of invisible walls and just like things that you cannot walk over, that you have to jump for. Kinda stupid, but that's just the way it is. Well, I would think so at least. That's how I remember it, but I don't know. Yeah, here we can just kind of ignore the repairs. Like, I don't know why they would still make you repair those things, even though you're supposed to have those shoes by now, but yeah. We gotta go back there once we've upgraded the vacuum. Looks like this is the racetrack. Thank you, Captain Obvious. Ooh, now we're zooming. Cancel that, that's not great. But you have a shortcake.
Thank you.
Man, I love menuing. That's my favorite part of the game.
No, but okay.
Like, you would think these games are made with zero effort, and it's true. But when you look at the sequel, there are actually so many quality of life changes. Because actually, like, they have to have thought about the game a lot. Because they've made so many improvements in the second game. They could have just, like, rewrote the same game, but with, like, new levels. They didn't. Oh, we gotta count to 5 now. Okay, it's getting increasingly more difficult, and this is only World 3. Can't wait to see what World 4 has to offer. There we go. Yeah, not every course piece is in a toolbox. Oh yeah, there are posters, like advertising the Perry the Platypus in action figure here. I think there's also love-handed posters, but no, never mind. No, actually no, there are love-handed posters. I'm pretty sure there are some. I thought I was thinking of the second game, and I'm pretty sure I was, but I'm also pretty sure there are posters for love-handed in this game. Or maybe I'm just crazy. Yeah, jumping in stacked form is also really slow, so that's wonderful. Yeah, like this is one of those cases of why can't you just jump up there? Nope, you can't. You gotta open the door, repair the ladder. I would really like to know how many repairs we do in this run. Like, I have no idea. Even in any percent, you still do a crazy amount of repairs, even though you skip a lot of them, but there's just so many in the game. Or you can actually beat the second game without a single repair. Yeah, not this time. So how's everybody doing? We're just like triggering Candace because we're jumping around the area. Yeah, like the reason you can't jump up there is because there's like a really tall invisible wall around these platforms. So even though you could like theoretically jump high enough, you actually can't because the game just blocks you. Good, you just gotta smash some rocks. Yeah, you can fail them. Yeah, in that case you just gotta do it again. Oh, well, never mind. I think I misread the message. Can minigames be failed after completing them? Well, once you complete them, you complete them, right? I once ran the sequel to this at ESA, and I ran a category where you actually have to do a lot of repairs, and I kind of forgot that some of them are controlled with the microphone, that I had to like awkwardly move my like headset mic away. If the timer still is 0 after you do the last thing needed, it does not do anything. No, you just win. If you win, you win.
See 99% to 89%, and when I was to collected the item cost going to 100. Okay, that's interesting.
Yeah, sometimes like this game is it's being held together with duct tape. Like sometimes it's a little weird. That's just the way it is.
Mom, you
I feel like Phineas and Ferb are like genius engineers. I think it kind of changed. The roller coaster they made in the first episode was definitely held together with duct tape, but then in later episodes they were masters of their craft. But I mean, if you build these things in like an hour, you know, you might have to do some like workarounds, cut some corners every once in a while. Do we need the roller skates upgrade? Or are we just not gonna get it?
No, I not upgraded the roller coaster.
I mean, they make you go fast, so like, it's nice to have them.
Yeah, but I have 2 item stores and I was important for the spring boots and the adapter.
Ah, okay, yeah, makes sense.
So yeah, it's faster, but I was going to more into the menu and switches. And,
Yeah, you don't wanna make it too much. Like, using the radar is like, it makes it easier. That's definitely.
Yeah.
That's just like damage prevention.
Okay. Yes.
I should have counted the repairs. I'm actually so mad I didn't do that. I'm not gonna start now. I would really like to know how many repairs we do. I guess I could look at the spreadsheet, but like the spreadsheet is not representative of like the glitchless completion. Yeah, there will be a VAR. That's actually so true. I mean, there are already multiple recorded runs of this. So, you know, there's a lot of resources out there. I think you can actually fail this if you tap them too many times, but I could be wrong. I might be thinking of a different minigame. There's a lot of very similar games where you just have to tap a lot of things. There's like a lot of areas in this game where they make you run back and forth just to hit a bunch of switches to open a door. You know, we can't build big levels, you just have to let the players stay in the same area for a longer period of time. The thing is, children are stupid. They're just gonna take a long time in the game anyway. You don't have to force them to backtrack. And like, children will enjoy anything. Like, you don't need to pad out the game. 9 out of 12, that's 3/4. It's pretty good.
Oh, I see him. Okay.
I would like to know like how much of a delay I have. Pace relative to estimate. We're definitely gonna go under estimate by quite a bit. That should be like 3 hours something. But it's gonna be closer to 3 hours than to 4 hours. Yeah, when this was submitted, waz00's PB was like 3 hours 50. But it's a lot lower now, but like the run hasn't been the cleanest, so I don't know. Like it's easy to lose time in this game, but it's like kind of difficult to get a sense of the time loss and how long things take. Also, like, I'm not looking at splits, and I actually do not know the split times in this PB. Yeah, against chat it's fine. Like I'm looking at the chat in real time, but I'm watching the gameplay on a Twitch stream, which is then being restreamed to you. So my delay might be like 5 seconds, your delay is maybe like 10 seconds, but I don't know. Also, there's the mud that slows us down, we would like to jump over that. But jumping triggers Candace, so you know, classic dilemma. But yeah, fortunately we have the cake. Cake was not alive. Here you actually need the upgraded shoes. It tells you that. You don't need to think in this game. The game just tells you everything. Now, in case you couldn't figure it out, might have to jump higher. I need to equip the item that looks like that. That's the Ring of Fire. Gotta have a Ring of Fire. Great song by Johnny Cash as well. Not part of this game soundtrack.
I think so interesting because we was going to in World 3 because my audio was going to not crashing but weird sounds.
Yeah, sometimes
so
you need to reset your capture card because the audio like cuts out if it's delayed.
Yeah, it's interesting for this very audio too. So, yeah,
like I remember like in your run you lost like 5 minutes to resetting your capture card and one of the PBs.
Yeah, it's fine.
Yeah, I mean, I guess this is the type of run that's not too serious, so...
And this time is the run serious, so yeah, let's go.
Yeah, actually, this is a great idea.
In those seconds.
Can you tell me, like, when you're done with the minigame? If screen completed or done or whatever?
Hmm. Oops.
Okay, I guess I didn't quite work out.
Oh.
Well, I mean, we'll do the delay check next time. I mean, who even cares? It's fine. Alright? I'm sure the next, like, hour of gameplay is gonna be pretty similar to the last hour of gameplay. So, it's not gonna matter too much if there's a little bit of a delay. Oh, I say congratulations. Well, I was mostly interested in my delay, but, you know, there's the delay for you. I'll say congratulations next time. Can't believe someone left where I can read all that. I should have like read it first and then read it out loud. Great, another repair coming up. Okay, congratulations. There you go, that's the delay check for chat.
Yeah.
Okay, so even you are not too far behind.
Check it.
We have a great internet connection, it looks like.
My internet connection?
The stream itself.
Also. Oh.
That's true. That's a difficult word to translate, actually. It's like, oh, I get it. I see. Something like that.
Or you can switch Tytoons.
I guess I'm looking at the Discord stream now.
Yeah, we're Discord stream, right. Oh man. Okay, it's...
Time to do the minigame.
Fuck? Oh. Okay, that's interesting.
Nuke the VOD. Nuke the VOD.
No canvas glitch? What the fuck? Okay. It's interesting.
Yeah, we can't be asked to collect 36 screws, that's just too much. We don't have the time for that. We gotta build a roller coaster. Actually, we gotta build a monster truck course. Yeah, keep jumping and nobody gets that's a great game. Yeah, like the bar increases faster if you jump or if you run. I guess especially if you jump super high, like if you use the high jump boost. I don't know the exact formula, I don't know how it's calculated, but yeah. If you don't move, it's not gonna go out as fast. Yo, we got 12 out of 12. This is Lawrence Fletcher. Shoutouts to Lawrence Fletcher.
Oops.
The game's too hard. Linda Flynn coming up. Yeah, in the episode she goes to a cooking course together with Doofenshmirtz's ex-wife. I actually don't know her name. Okay, that's a fake element. What's the name of Doofenshmirtz's ex-wife? Vanessa's mom? I don't know.
I think it was Vanessa's mom, but
yeah, it is Vanessa's mom. I just don't know her name.
Okay.
Jeremy? Alright. Charlene. Alright, yeah, you're right. True. I was gonna look it up, but then I was like, clearly somebody in chat will know. Now, what was the name of the chef who crushed Linda's phone with a hammer? Someone looked it up. Well, there you go. Yeah, chat is the Twitch streamer's version of Google search. So coming up, we have to do this at least twice. If we miss some stars, we gotta do it more than twice. Any percent is so fun, because this is all you do for half an hour straight. Like, you do an hour of gaming, and then you do half an hour of this. At least we got a nice break in between, where we get to collect some toolboxes and, you know, build some, repair some platforms, disassemble some bombs. That chick was kind of freaking out, huh? This is the top tier of gaming. You know, the world record holder in this game is called 04 Dude, and he's also a top Odyssey runner.
Yeah. Oh, okay. Nein. Aus Versehen mitgenommen.
I feel like this is the only type of marathon where like I would feel bad for going underestimate. When I played Phineas and Ferb Ride again at ESA Summer last year, that run was a meltdown and a half. Like the first 3 quarters of the run went well, and then the last was a disaster, and I really wanted to, like, just wanted to kill the run, honestly. I didn't even want to finish it. Still finished it, but it was not a fun time. And I was like, I guess I'm still underestimated. Haha, at least that's something, haha. But yeah, this, I guess, like, was supposed to do long runs, right? Yeah, like, missing stars is not great. I think we might have to do this 3 times. But I could be wrong. I don't know, whatever. Like, I should know the amount of stars yet.
Yeah, it's a pretty stat.
Yeah, stop trying to make it shorter. That's so true, actually.
Oh man. Okay. Oh, that's fine. Okay.
Yeah, World 4 definitely takes quite a long time, and then there's also the final boss at the end. I mean, the final boss is only like 2 or 3 minutes. But yeah, there's a lot of block puzzles and jigsaw puzzles, and well, at least we got all the stars. So that's something. Done with World 3, 1 more to go. So the next one is a little bit more obscure, but the next one is probably based on the episode Bustum. I mean, yeah, it should be based on Bustum. Which, like, is not really an episode that you would think of, because the focus of that episode is the Bustum TV show and not the water coolers that they built, but we're gonna build the heckin' water slide craft, whatever. Watercraft run. But I mean, the water park has already been completed, we're just gonna go there and, you know, collect some toolboxes. Now we finally got the work gloves. There's gonna be lots of backtracking in this world because we have to upgrade the work gloves and then go back. That's just the way this game is. We all love Phineas and Ferb for the DS. Yeah, somebody just dropped these gloves in this toolbox. That is color coded, so it tells us it's an item. Yeah, like, imagine the guy who owns all of these toolboxes. He's gonna be sad. Also, lots of black right now. Great game. This is the part of the game that I remember the most. Like, I hadn't played these games for like 8 years, and I would vividly remember this level for some reason. The rest just kind of blends together, like both of the games, this game and Ride Again. But I would always remember the water park level. Yeah, here you can just kind of ignore the platforming elements. Just like kind of weird because most of the time they actually force you to jump on every single platform, but then other times you just ignore it. So it's like the game should know that you have the high jump rules, but like sometimes it lets you like move on without them for some reason. And then that next jump it requires you to keep them. The batteries in a water pool is not ideal. That's beautiful. I think it's in this world, it might be in this world, where he talks about his fish, and he uses the wrong name for his fish. I don't remember what he calls him. I think in the show he's called Biff. But I could be wrong. Maybe he calls him Biff in this game, but I think it was Biff in the show. But yeah, the people who localized this game definitely knew the show extremely well. Like, I'm actually not sure if this game was ever translated from Japanese, because there's no Japanese version of this game. This game was only released in Europe and North America, but it was developed in Japan. Rush Glove. Gotta spin the stylus to move the light balls. Actually no, it's just like raising the water level actually. Always useful to have, I guess. You need 16? What? Huh?
Fuck! Okay, interesting.
Menu meltdown?
Yeah, menu meltdown.
How did they work? the magnets? Or what do you mean?
Oh man.
I think how do they work is something you should never ask. It's gonna be sections later where we get like 3 toolboxes at once. So it's not really that many that we need, realistically, but oh yeah, like in general magnets, how do they work? I get it. I don't know how magnets work. They just work. Man, I love menuing. Also, it's crazy how much the game lags here. So remember earlier when I said this game does not lag that much on DS? Well, I guess it does, no. Now the second game definitely lags a crazy amount, and I would never recommend playing it on a DS. Always play it on 3DS, or don't play it, but you should play it because it's a great game. It's not that fun casually, if I'm being honest. Yeah. I have to admit that the game I like kinda sucks. Okay, if you go fast, then it's great. It's a fun game to break. We're not allowed to go fast on this stream. I kinda really want to submit the Altron Trifecta, which is like 5 hours, and it's like dope, because you actually do speed tech and go out of bounds. And break the game. It's just like 3 games back to back. The only problem is that I don't have a DS capture card, 3DS capture card. Like I'd have to point the camera at my 3DS, which is what I always do, and that would look kind of bad, which is why I don't like submitting these games to online marathons. Otherwise I would show them off all the time, at least the second game. That's a quarter of the course pieces. That's advanced mathematics, by the way. Pretty huge. I think we've already got sheet metal, but I don't know if we used it up. We definitely got it in, well, 2. I remember that very well. I'm pretty sure this was made by Altron. Oh, and that's the goldfish. That's what the goldfish looks like. He might be dead. I don't know. I think fish need water to live. But I'm not a fish, right? What do I know? Like, that's so funny. I look like a random device that they would use. No, it's a goldfish. Well, now it's a motor. I mean, motors and goldfish do look kind of similar. It was very humid, maybe. How are we doing on time? Actually, I'm kind of curious. I can't look at the VOD because it's not verified yet, and I'm not a verified for this game for some reason. So I don't know. I think my computer doesn't like it that I'm like looking at too many streams at the same time right now. Oh, slash VODs. Okay, so record finished World 3 at 2 hours 3 minutes. Which, this could still be a bit decent enough pace. I mean, some parts of this game just don't work. Well, they work, but in a very weird way. I'm actually not sure which minigame you're talking about right now, because I was busy trying to find a VOD. Oh, the jackhammer one. Yeah, you just like move the stylus up and down, I think, if I remember correctly. Try and hold on the ground. Yeah, let's just jump into that. Let's take us to China only before dash 3. I mean, close enough, right? Spin to win. I do be spinning. Do you still have any cakes or anything?
Okay, wait. Going to invisible.
Yeah, invisibility is at least gonna distract us for a little bit. Well, okay, it's gonna delay her catching us. I'm not sure if this cave is a reference to anything. Just a random cave. Radigan has a cave that's a reference to the Batbeard episode, but that's in Season 2. And this game was made before Season 2 was a thing. Or at least before Season 2 aired. Can repeat the minigame. Rough. It's a hard game, I'm sorry. Okay, this is much easier. Even I could do this.
That was faster.
Yeah, you can actually quit out of minigames as well. Like, if you saw one, you could just pause and quit out and hope you get another one.
Oh, okay. Cool.
There's one minigame in Fighting Again that you really do not want to do.
You had to do an even further up here.
Yeah, we don't want to collect 46 clues, we're just gonna reset.
Mom, you had to do an even further up here.
And we're gonna do it again.
Mom, you had to do an even further up here.
Peace. Game? Thanks.
It's a hard game.
Let's go.
Yeah, that's a classic moment in this game. Yeah, you always gotta press the R button to bring the character back. Otherwise, you're just gonna teleport across the map. Fun game.
Yep.
Also, on the minimap, Harry has the hat and a little icon, which is objectively incorrect. He is not using his AGP identity right now. Oh, that's the floating baby head again. Almost missed it. I remember this part of the game being really confusing. Especially because you have to like go back and forth, depending on when you upgrade the glove. I think it might be more confusing because I tend to go out of bounds and kind of ignore the level design. And well, okay, it's because in any percent you kind of do lots of those backwards. So you have to go back later because you actually get the gloves way later, which isn't ideal. If I remember correctly, there was a big time loss there in your PvE. And you fell down. Something. Getting over it with me.
Yeah. There we go.
I think this takes us to World 1. I know the game. 1-4, yep. Yeah, this is how you get to World 4 in any percent. You just get to this area from 1-4. Honestly, thinking about this part of the game is a lot less annoying in any percent, probably. I remember there being a really annoying quad tail. Oh yeah, we have to go back later once we have the upgraded glove, which is just fantastic. I think so, at least. Again, it's been a while. I could check when I did my run on my PC. And I'm gonna do that right now. My PB was completed on the 29th of April 2022, so it's been almost 2 years. Yeah, I want to go back to this game because there's so much potential to improve the route with the new glitch. But yeah, somebody's got to commit to actually doing that. Yeah, I mean, we hate canvas, alright?
Wait, can I upgrade the thing?
I mean, you gotta go to the... You can upgrade the glove.
Can I? Oh.
You can, no, can you? Actually, gotta find a workbench.
Alright,
Like, I'm actually not sure. I might be spreading misinformation. I don't know, but...
I think I cannot... Ah, okay, I run back.
And before you can't, and then
there's no
we're just losing time.
Okay.
Like, I thought you could.
Yeah, it's fine.
But it's not jumpable because there's an invisible wall. Like, the game really wants you to use the glove. And before you can't, and we're just throwing the runaway right now.
Ah, yeah, it's fine. So... No.
Oh, you can't. Wait, what do you need? A large engine? Well, that's how well both of us know the game. I'm gonna look up what a large engine is.
Oh, I think I was not missing the boxes.
Why can't I search the spreadsheet? I can't find it in the...
Hey, wait,
Oh,
can I
know
not? Okay.
I'm looking at the wrong spreadsheet.
Oh,
That's
so
Oh, well.
Okay, I can jump over here. Okay. So it's fine. Okay.
Oh, is that what we were talking about? Yeah, that is jumpable. I thought I was thinking of a different thing when that question came up in chat. I also don't know what that question was about, but whatever. Yeah, like as I said, this part of the game is confusing.
I think I was become here the full... Okay, wait, become here
That was
the
big fun. Yeah, okay, so we were talking about the same thing. Yeah, that's not jumpable because it doesn't use the wall there.
So please game, give me a large engine.
Wait,
Wave devices. Okay.
Not
There's
anymore.
nothing.
I'm gonna try and find the spreadsheet with the scraps. What was that large engine that we need? There's a bunch in 4-4, which is where we are now. The fifth pile in World 4-4 has 4 large engines.
Ah, okay.
That's in fact the only scrap pile in World 4 that has them.
Okay. There we go. So I was the large engine over here at the top. So let's go find it.
Yeah, like what the game wants you to do is go back, like go through the world once, then use the platform at the end, and go through it again, which I guess is something that you could do. I'm actually not sure what's better. Like that's the main reason why World 4 was so long.
Ah, okay, wait. This is kind of the top. Go to here. Open this.
The cycle, huge.
Ah, okay.
But I remember in my 80% PB I got really confused there because like I needed to upgrade something and I didn't know where to go. But yeah, like my PB in this is so bad. I should honestly go back and beat it. But I just hate playing this game because of the touchscreen shenanigans. Like I wish I would play this game more if you could actually just use the buttons. But no, you can't. You have to touch the screen. Yeah, some parts you have to search multiple times and then you actually get different things. But the part that we're looking for only has sheet metal if I'm not mistaken. If I read the spreadsheet correctly. But like the typical strategy that we're using here is we're just searching every single file. And that way we can't miss anything. Oh, one unpicked up spot. Oh, no.
There we go,
Awesome.
here's a large engine.
Now we can finally move on.
Let's go.
Large engine get. Cool cat.
So we have all important upgrades. So yeah, let's go back. Wait, before Productivity 11 chests. Game, please.
Game sucks.
Yeah, game sucks, man. Oh, okay, thanks. So please, thank you. Good, that's fine. It's 11. Update.
Yeah, we're just gonna have to go back because there's so many like things that you have to break through us. You have to ignore it first.
So never mind. Here and down here.
It's funny how like there are things that you need the level 2 gloves for, but it takes so long until you can get them in the first place, and then you can just get the level 3 right away. It's kind of weird. This is World 3, I believe. Yep, I played the game before. I remember this. This is how you get to World 3 in 80%. I remember the wall clips, because the wall clips are the hard part of 80%. You can't tire boats in those parts. I mean, you gotta get them somewhere, right? Yeah, this game becomes a lot more fun when you actually read the text boxes. It's beautifully absurd. Anchor? Need to be carrying around some anchors? I'm also pretty sure that the boat that we're building is not going to have an anchor, so I might as well pick one up. Yeah, the drops there. There's actually just a limited amount of screws as well. They stay until you pick them up and they never respawn. So technically you could do max percent if you really wanted to. All screws percent. I mean, if they disappear, then you can always search the scrap pile again. I just know that the screws always stay. Yo, someone, thanks for the raid. Someone is also a legend of the Phineas and Ferb speedrunning community. Former world record holder in Phineas and Ferb Ride Again. Inventor of no repairs in Phineas and Ferb Ride Again. Great category that doesn't exist anymore. That was a fun category. Top 10 obsolete speedrunning categories. Number 1, Phineas and Ferb Ride Again, no repairs. I think Candace needs to get her eyes tested. I mean, I can clearly see Phineas and Ferb. Someone has lowered the opacity. Well, I'm pretty sure that's still there. I'm sure she can. Well, actually no, obviously she can't. Yeah, right now the game is lagging quite a lot. It hasn't lagged earlier, but I don't know. I guess this game just really brings the DS to its limits. I don't know how many more scraps we need, but there's only one custom post piece left. So that's something. Yeah, like in Radigan it causes a crazy amount of lag, but earlier, like throughout the first 3 worlds, the game was running quite smoothly, even though we had Candace on the top screen. Like in Radigan, it just eats a ridiculous amount of resources for some reason. Like the game runs super slowly once Candace watches you. But yeah, I don't know about this game. Like I don't really remember this game lagged with Candace, but I mean I played this game on 3DS, and 3DS generally has less lag. Yeah, like it's probably the flowing water if I had to make a guess. Like, I think you can play this game on DS, and it's okay, except for this. But yeah, Ride Again on DS is pretty awful. You should play that on DSi. But like that, 3DS, but that game was made for DSi, basically. And I played it on DS Lite as a kid. And I had a lot of fun. The great thing is that when you're a stupid 8-year-old child, you're not gonna notice lag in your DS game. Like, children don't care about frame rate. That's how developers can get away with that. Gonna need the floaties. Okay. Only gotta build a bunch of jigsaw pieces, puzzles, and do some block puzzles, and do the minigame like 3 times, and beat the final boss. And that's gonna take, I don't know how long.
I have 20 minutes for subgrade.
The next runner is gonna be like, why the heck are they doing so early? We also started earlier than planned, right? Because we were supposed to start like 20 to 8, and then we started like half past something. I don't remember. I had a schedule. I mean, that just means that the next run can go above estimate, which is just always what we want to see. And that's beautiful. I forgot to call the character last time. That's a lot of jigsaw puzzles. That's Phineas again. Oh, look how cool this guy is. He's just hanging out. Yeah, so like, if you're being optimal, you have to do this minigame 3 times to get all the stars. Well, we can't do the minigame yet, we forgot about the block puzzle. Also, it looks like the capture card is beginning to die a little bit, which is what this capture card likes to do. Yeah, like this is why I'm just dreading this game. Well, that's one of the reasons. Like, I wish we could skip this, but it seems like we will never be able to. Alright, pick a color for the boat. Still got time to pick a color. Green? Chat says green. Gotta
Yes.
make the boat green.
Green? Okay.
Yeah, green's an option. We're still not done. Gotta build the car seat as well. Gotta think of everything. I mean, like, we're finding entire boats in these scrap piles, but no one has left behind a car seat? Like, come on.
Oh, it's green?
Yeah, green was the choice. What if it was green? There you go. Now we're gonna see the same course 3 times in a row. I mean, it's a pretty wild course. This also lacks a crazy amount, by the way. The game really does not like the water. It just means more playtime for us. The more time we can spend playing this game, the better. We're actually underwater right now. We're riding on a water current underwater. You know on SpongeBob they have water underwater? Why can't we have that on Phineas and Ferb? The Goo Lagoon? I don't know the lore behind that. What's this icky water like goo? Okay, let's see if we only need to do it one more time. You know, in the sequel you only have to do these minigames once, and there's actually variety, it's not just a roller coaster every single time. But most importantly, you don't need to pick up any stuff. Play it once, move on. In case anyone wants to play a sick game, play Phineas and Ferb right again. I can't chill it enough. What if this game was good? As a speed game. I mean, this game is a 6-speed game. Depending on the category that you win. But, well, let's say like 2/3 of this game are great. Currently we're looking at the third of the game that's not so good. Anyway, let's do this again. Again. Oh, gotta do one more time.
Oh man.
How are we doing for time? I think this is actually sub 3 pace, to be honest.
I mean, I would not. Which line have not collected? So
there's also different routes depending on how much pressure you apply on the springs. This route you've definitely taken it.
This I have before, but I have to. The second was to open, not to under. This game?
I wouldn't know.
Yeah, I show it. But it's fun. Ah, completely underlined. Okay. Okay.
Well, now we know.
It's fine. It's fine, man.
The run's supposed to be really, really long.
Yeah, it's very long fun. And I think it was before, and okay, I was collecting all, but not I think. Okay. So yeah, it's fine. We're just going to back. We are going to. I don't know. It's search open, I think.
Chat says that up, down, up,
And
up, up.
going to down, I think here. Nope. Fuck.
This is where the run dies.
Yeah.
Watercroft run. Always known to kill runs. You know, like on those springs,
So
like
up, down,
if
or something?
you don't press them all the way down, you can also take a different route. I don't know if that's one that you've missed.
That's reality. Okay, not under. Okay, it's up.
Yeah, that's 20 stars.
Yeah, this is try. So here, I think I was going to under and then go to up.
I wouldn't know. I was not paying attention. Otherwise, I would have
Okay,
told you.
under. Oh, under.
Oh, that's one.
There we go. Okay, and
Oh.
let's go to speed. Oh man.
Oh, we just gotta beat the game.
Yeah. So timer is fine. Oh,
That's
yeah.
not fun.
Yeah, thanks game.
Gonna get old 20 now.
The fuck? Oh.
Knowledge for the next run, I guess.
So please. Really? 4. Hey. Ah, thanks again.
I think this looks so funny on the main stream. Just looking at the controls and then you can see the gameplay in the bottom left. That's wonderful. Like, I don't know why that's on the top screen when everything else is on the bottom screen. Well, now that's actually the final boss fight. We've teased this earlier. You gotta fight Doofenshmirtz at the end. Normally Perry does this every day, now we're on day 4, and he finally does it. This is an auto-scroller, basically. You just do these quick time events, but there's like no way you can fail it. And most of this is actually just cutscenes. Like, they want you to input all sorts of directions, but you can also just like spin your stylus. And there's like no punishment. You like click to it, just do whatever. Don't have to look at the arrows. And that's one hit. Well, actually not quite. This is the hit. In the face. Say bye-bye, Tiny. I should have done the voice acting for Doof. I wasn't paying attention. I don't know why he would build this contraption. But also he just adds the self-destruct button to everything he makes, so it doesn't really surprise me. The Magician's Hat is also a reference to some episode, and I'm trying to remember which one it was. The one where he has the hot air balloon at the end, and then the guy with the bunny farm just gets a bunch of bunnies to fall out of the air. Which episode was that? I'm trying to think of the rest of the plot. Yeah, time is coming up. I forgot exactly when time was, but...
Time was by the hit.
Yeah, I think it's like on the Fade to Black. I don't remember, actually.
New world record set free! Let's go!
This is a very contested category, by the way. There's like 1 million people grinding this right now. So that's a big accomplishment. Congratulations.
Let's go.
Is the capture card dying, or is that what the cutscene looks like? Because I honestly don't remember this. Okay, like... My people need me, I'm out of here. Or just like randomly ascend. Yeah, this is how we lose everything we make.
It's time on stream.
Yeah, this game was like truly groundbreaking. Would you believe it? They made this in 2009? Like, on a DS? Unheard of. But yeah, there you go. That's Phineas ferb inbounds. Glitchless, whatever. Those words are interchangeable. Congratulations on the PB. The last one hasn't even been verified yet. So there's gonna be lots of activity for the Phineas and ferb moderators soon. Time to verify. I'm not a moderator. I think you're a moderator, actually, someone. Yeah, I guess you're the serious moderator, aren't you? Sure you are, anyway. And that's something I gotta verify. Phineas and ferb. Oh, you are, most certainly. Gotta get to work. Well, that was that. I had fun. You know? Sometimes it's just nice to look at a playthrough of Phineas and ferb for the DS.
So yeah, it's a really fun game to play this on glitchless.
Also, like 90% of the people in the credits are either people who worked in quality assurance or just like brand management people who worked at Disney. That's a static cutscene.
So yeah.
Yeah, like I don't really think QA worked on like finding bugs. They're probably just working on like, is the brand represented correctly? Can we sell this to an audience? I don't know. Maybe they just wanted to be in the credits. Yeah, I was working at Disney. I guess I worked on this, haha, right? Yeah, that's Phineas and ferb. Thanks for watching, everybody. Make sure to follow waz00.
No problem. Thank you very much for this beautiful commentary.
I guess you can also follow me. I mainly speedrun Phineas, not Phineas and ferb. I mainly speedrun Billy Hatcher and the Giant Egg for Nintendo GameCube. But I also speedrun Phineas and ferb right again, and I guess I've also technically speedrun this game sometimes. The time was like 256, 255, 256,
256.02.
Oh, there you go. First ever recorded sub 3.
Yeah, first sub 3, and yeah, it was very fine. Because with a better movement and the problem
There was
in
a little bit of
World
a
3 or
meltdown
5, I
World
think?
4.
3 or
Like, World
5.
4 had, like, the brain fart moment, but, like, I couldn't
Yeah.
help because I don't know the game well enough.
Yeah, it's very fine. But hey, so I think it's 250. 250? Yeah, 250 is make it possible. So yeah. So yeah, thank you very much for could go without yeah, yeah, that's fine. With this. So yeah, thank you very much for showing this very nice speedrun game. And
I
yeah,
also recommend looking at an any percent run of this game because this game has a lot of shenanigans that you can't show off in glitchless. But it's a different run once you introduce the glitches. Unfortunately, it's not the most consistent of all time. I would like to change that, but yeah, it's kind of cool. Like it's mainly cool like routing wise, but you know,
oh yeah.
it's kind of neat. It's a good game. Also, look at Finish Ferb Ride again. Great game.
Ah, and we are out. Okay, that's nice.